Hi everyone, this is Tuplex, and welcome to the first video of my third Let's Play series. We're going to be doing version 0.13.1, at least that's the latest version as of today when I'm recording this video. I know a lot of folks have been anxiously awaiting the 0.13 update, and 13.1 came out 2 days after with some bug fixes. In any case, I'm pretty excited to play this version. There have been a lot of improvements. Graphically, in regards to gameplay, some items have changed. I think most of the improvements are looking pretty good. And I think it'll make it an even better game than it already was. So we're going to start a new game. I'm not using any mods because I want to go for achievements. And achievements are locked when you use mods in the game. As of now, I don't have any achievements, at least not that I'm aware of. So we'll be getting achievements as we go along. I'll try to get as many of those achievements as I can. Our goal for this series is to launch a rocket every 5 minutes. Now, in Series 2, which some of you may still be watching, I'm still releasing the last few videos of that series as I start this one. Our goal is 5 rockets an hour, which we achieved, and that's about 1 rocket every 12 minutes. So in this case, we're going to have to go about twice as big, a little over twice as big, and it should be exciting. So let's get started. These are my settings. I'm going to post my map exchange string for all of you so that you can play along with me if you wish. And let's get going. Okay, so our world here is with some trees to start with, not too many, so we won't have to do a lot of time clearing forest. We've got lots of iron close by, which I think is good for a starting area. Not too much copper, but enough to get things moving. There's a good bit of water on this map, but that's okay because there's a landfill now incorporated in the game, and that gives us a good opportunity to play with that. And we have a good amount of stone, so we can mine lots of stone for landfills if we need to. So let's get moving. I think the beginning of the game will probably not be terribly different than what we're used to. We're going to chop down some trees for fuel. We're going to mine some iron, mine some copper. And usually the first thing we want to try to do is get some electricity going. So that'll be pretty much our goal at this point as well. So let's do that. So I'll just chop down some trees here so we can get our first iron drill going. I'll just put half of that in there, and I'll put another half in the furnace. And then we'll go get some stone so we can make more furnaces. Now, one of the positive changes of the game is that they've changed the way that resources spawn, similar to the resource spawning overhaul mod, the RSO mod that a lot of people use. And that mod is still available and updated for this version. However, with that mod, or without that mod rather, now the vanilla game, the farther away the resource patches are from the starting area, the richer they will be. And by richer, that means that when you hover over these mineral patches and you see the amount, that amount will increase the farther away you get from the base. So basically what that means is the farther away you go, the more you'll be able to get from a given amount of space, which means that you shouldn't have to move your mining equipment around as much as you mine out. And that basically encourages the player to expand farther away from the base, which kind of forces the use of trains and things like that. All right, so I want to get, let's get couple more of these going, a couple of these mining drills, so I can start getting some coal. And I don't have my tree collision mod, which is unfortunate because it still is kind of hard to navigate through the trees without it. I'll probably just clear a path at some point in the near future here. But for now, I just want to start collecting some coal. And I'll just right click to put one piece of wood in there to get it started. Getting stuck in trees in the dark is not so much fun. Okay, let's get some more fuel put in there. And I think I'd like to get 2 of these going on stone. Okay, we'll just do a little setup like that. We'll make a wooden box. And then we'll get those guys going. All right, let's go grab some more coal. And I'm just going to start to take out some trees when I get blocked here. See if I can clear a path. Maybe we'll put down some bricks or something to mark it. We'll use a lot of this wood eventually anyway, so might as well take the time to do it now. Now, one of my goals for this series, besides a 5-minute rocket launch, is I would like to take the time to make the base a little more better organized and have some more aesthetics. So I'm planning to spend some more time on the layouts, just making the layouts look neat and clean and well organized. I'll probably use a lot more concrete and stone paving than I did in the past. And from what I've seen so far of the game, it seems that the biters are going to be more of a challenge in the newer version than they have been in the past. I know that enemy bases will spawn a little more aggressively. So we'll probably need to spend more time defending areas that we've cleared, setting up walls and that sort of thing. So it looks like it'll be a little more of a challenge than in the previous versions. Okay, let's get 2 more of these set up for iron, and then we'll go and start working on copper. I'll just load these with wood for now. Okay, now our nearest copper is to the south. Oh, I should probably bring mining drills. My standard startup is 4 iron and 2 copper. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. I'll grab some coal before I head down there. And actually, I think I'll just use these 2 to get some more coal for now. Okay. And I've got enough to make 2 more, so not a problem. That's convenient to have that little strip of land there, helping us out. All right, so we'll clear away a few more trees. I don't know if you guys can see on the video, but a lot of the textures have been improved. Okay, we're missing 1 stone furnace. All right, so let me grab some more stone. I want to show you another feature that I like. You can now mine the big rocks, and you get 20 stone from them. So now we don't have to destroy rocks with guns. We can actually harvest them for the materials, which I think makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I've got a few copper plates. That means I can make an offshore pump. And I'll use the rest of those for electric poles. And then we'll be well on our way to setting up power. Okay, so we can make, I've got enough for 6 steam engines and 7 boilers. That's about half of what we need. All right, so while we're crafting those, let's take a look at our map and see where would be a good place to put our steam engines. I would like to go left to right, as I usually do with the main bus. Since we have a big supply of coal right here, I think a good way to set up the steam engines would either be from right to left, just below, and then expand to the south. Yeah, I think we'll do it like that. We'll go right to left below that coal patch. Now, I don't know if there's enough space there to do all 10 boilers. But if not, then we'll fit in what we can and then fill out the rest later. No, I think we'll have enough space. Looks like there's enough room. And again, where water gets in the way, we'll take advantage of the landfill feature to fill that in. All right, so I'll put our first pump right here. There's a Reddit post that I wanted to show you where there was this guy, CFM Dobby, posted some designs of his. And I really like the way that some of his layouts look, particularly this power layout. You can see he's got the boilers and the steam engines kind of split up into sections with stone paths in between. And I really like the way this layout looks. You know, and this is the sort of layout that I like to go for in this build. So I'm gonna steal this from him. I'm gonna copy it, and I will post a link to that post so you guys can check it out if you like. All right, now I've got 7 boilers. We need 7 more. We need 4 more steam engines, and I'm gonna grab more iron because I'm gonna need to make some pipe in order to make that layout happen. And let me put some more coal for our stone. Okay, and actually let me start making some brick as well so we can start putting those paths in. I'll just load that up with a stack, and we'll put some wood in to get that started. All right, so I'm going to go maximum distance here for that first row. And then we'll put 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me revise this because there's a empty pipe before and after, like that. You know what, forget the empty pipe. I'm not going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then we need 1 space, 1, 2 for the path, another space, like that, and then the other 7. Just going to clear a few items away here. And then 1 space, 1, 2 for the path, another space. Gosh, I think I have that right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 spaces. And then what I'll do is 5 engines. I'll do sections of 5 engines each. Gonna have to clear out some trees here. It would be nice if we started out with steel pickaxes. Guess that gives us something to look forward to. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll do that same little separation. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and there. Yeah, and it looks like I'm not going to have quite enough room for the other 5, so we'll have to make some landfills to fill in some of this water over here. But that's okay. I'm not going to need all 10 right away anyway. So we'll have some time to mine some stone and make landfill. So between the landfill and the concrete and stone paving that I'm planning to do here in this playthrough, I think we'll need to mine a lot more stone than we did in the last series. Which to me is a good thing. I've always felt that stone was somewhat underutilized, at least in my games, so it'll be nice to make heavier use of it. Okay, 3, 4, yep, and we're just going to be missing that last one. Okay, let's clear away a few more trees, and then we'll put down some power poles. I'm going to need some more picks. Or axes. They're called axes, but they look like pickaxes. Okay, so let's put down some power poles. And I usually set it up so that the last boiler just barely gets the edge of the power pole. And I'm going to do it like this. Let's see here. Yeah, let's do it like that so that we span. I don't want to have power poles in the paths. Actually, we don't need that. Okay, yeah, we'll put our last power pole there. Okay, so I feel satisfied with how that looks. Let's grab some of our coal up here. So we can feed a couple of these boilers. Okay, and then I want to build a lab. For that we need some copper. So now that we have that going, the next thing that we want to do is to build a lab so that we can get some research started. Let's get some more iron plate. And so far, our pollution cloud seems to be under control, and I don't see any biters, any biter nests nearby. So I want to start by researching automation. I'll just put some wood in there. Okay, there's some stone brick. Put some more in there, and we'll automate something there fairly soon. Okay, so we'll get 1 lab, and we'll get 10 science packs. Now, as you've probably seen, if any of you have checked out the new version, there's actually a technology tree now. Landfill needs science pack 2, so I'm not going to be able to do landfills for a little while. I guess I could always make some manually, but there's 50. That's a decent amount. So yeah, so we'll start with automation, as I mentioned. The tree is nice because you can click on whatever technology you want, and you can see the prerequisites. In this case, steel. Let's go further down the tree and see if it, yeah, so it'll even show you a chain of the prerequisites, and then you can see the ones that you're able to research. So the tech tree now is, I think, pretty well done. And what I'll do here is I'll just run this power pole up there. And I'll put my lab right there. And we'll start to use some power here. Okay, so let's lay out where our paths are going to go. So we'll have a path there. We'll have a path there. And there. And then we'll have groups of, let's say, 4 of these lines between, you know, before we put another path down the middle. Okay, so we got some science packs going. The next thing that we need to do is make some belts. And I'll just go ahead and make as many belts as I can right now. We'll need to run some belts down there so we can get coal fed in automatically. That's our next step. I'll make a few stacks of furnaces as well. Like I did in the last game, on my smelting, I want to go for rows of 20 on each side of the belt. So one smelting line will have 40 furnaces. So I'm going to start by making 40 stone furnaces. That's 34, 35, 40. Okay, so that'll be for our first iron line. We'll have 40 furnaces. It's an awful lot to start with, but I think one of the lessons learned from the last series is that I didn't expand mining and smelting early enough, and we ended up having to go back and do it at a later stage of the game than I would have liked. Okay. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, we're going to need space to bring the line in. Well, I guess we can bring it through here. Yeah, we'll bring the line down there. We'll have to do some more landfill. But then that means that I want the belts running that way. We'll make some burner inserters, which I always use on power. For now, one electric mining drill will provide for our needs. I ran some calculations recently, and what I came up with is that 1 row of steam power with 14 boilers needs about 1.3 mining drills on coal to keep it running at full power. So for now, I'll just place one. Oh, need some more power poles. You know what, let's just go ahead and put 2 to start with. We've got the materials and I'm not in any hurry. Yeah, I'll need another power pole as well. Oh, here's more science packs. Let's get that research finished. Okay, in the meantime, I'll start to bring this belt over. Now in Series 2, we were focused a lot on environmental friendliness, so we were trying to keep coal burning to a minimum. I'm not going to be quite so picky about it this time. All right. Now, this is a bug that I think they should have fixed. The text here pushes the button out to the right, and you can see it's almost off the screen. But anyway, we're going to do logistics next. So I can start to get splitters and underground belts. Really here where we cross the path, I want to use an underground belt on each side. Okay, so we've got coal mining. All right. And let's get a couple of assembly machines and a couple of inserters. And that way we'll be able to start making science automatically. At least for our one lab. And actually I'd like to make a second lab as well, because I think for a lot of the early research, one assembler machine can actually feed 2 labs for some of the research. Not all of it, but some of it. Okay, and I needed a couple more inserters. And we'll start to set up our hotkeys here. Okay, that's good. Let me grab a little more copper. Okay, and that's going to be gears, red science. None of those recipes changed. Put a stack of iron there and a half a stack of copper, and that will be enough to give us 50 science packs, which should be enough to get logistics research done. Okay. That's going to do it for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you soon.